C, but then you go back and you take out B. People see things make a kind of sense, even if they can't see the logic. Well, the arcade version removed the cinematics between the games. The story was already pretty zany, like a cartoon or a dream, and without the cinematics, the story is even wilder. But the overall plot is, each family member faces absurd obstacles on their way home to Grandma's birthday party. So, let's go ahead and drop in a credit. We start with Dad. He's a businessman minding his own business when a globe from a statue rolls off the top of a building and chases him Indiana Jones style, and he has to run and escape into the elevator. So our first minigame is just mashing a button. Just when you thought it was safe. That's a great sound clip. Your life is a stress meter at the top right of the screen. You can take a lot of physical abuse, but you have to manage your stress level. So we just have to mash the B button and hit the lever to dodge things that are falling through. Watch out for that CRT TV. Cartoon style recovery. And we got it. Or did we? This is not the only game in the marathon with some elevator action. Yeah, so the elevator explodes, you're flung out of the building, but you miraculously grab onto a flagpole. And now we have the hardest stage in the game. Even with save states, I've never managed to get a grade A on this. Stress level rising. And we got it. Yeah, the difficulty here is, ironically, not well balanced. But we got a very well done on our 1999 performance review card. Now we have a shuffler for which game comes next. Don't think about Budweiser. Now, the daughter, Rimika, she has to bicycle away from her problems while carrying this little UFO on her handlebars. Yes, this wrecking ball, which for some reason has cannons, is chasing you. I think because it's trying to recapture the UFO. Let's just go with it. This is a little tricky to see, but you can actually spot which cannons fire at which times and go for the empty slot. Or you can use the forbidden technique, because as long as you're grinding against the very side of the road, you're invincible. Like in real life. That one goes last. Yeah, this has RNG. So you actually do need to learn to react to things quickly. Or just mash against the side of the road. A lot of the games in this marathon have a very spicy difficulty level. This one is more mild. The hardest thing to get the hang of is the Japanese text. Oh, and the little UFO is taking her to fly away. Meanwhile, Dad got picked up by the paramedics. They gave him a mental acuity test, and they were so happy they did well that they let the stretcher roll out of the back of the ambulance. So you've heard of Densha Dego. This is Stretcher Dego. You can just barely steer yourself around. I love the yo sound that he makes. And this, although it's chaos, it is no RNG. So once you know who's coming where, it's pretty easy to get the hang of. We are going to use the forbidden technique of smashing against the side. Smashing against the side won't get you away from the construction signs, but you can dodge cars and bikers that way. Yeah, the soundtrack in this game is by Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra. They are a delightful band. They have a great cover of the Tetris theme song. Just a lot of fun. And he surfs on his stretcher for a while, and then that same boulder shows up again, and you fly through the air. You land on this poor guy's boat. Get ready for good faces. You apologize. He says, "That's fine. But what's this? What if I pulled on it?" Good face, good face. And now we have to bail out the boat. He dances. Anytime that the boat isn't leaking, he just dances. Alright. The pink umbrella is no match for that guy. And he fixes it. For now. So many things land on this poor guy's head. Look out for the boot. And get ready for the swag dance as we cruise into the harbor. Those are some moves. Oh yes. Alright, and now we're gonna try and play Mom's stage. Mom ended up foiling a bank robbery on her way getting a present for Grandma. Then, in order to make it home on time, she takes this fighter jet. But you have to blow up a giant teddy bear with a picture of your daughter. So in the game, you only need to worry about targeting and locking on and firing. It's a ferocious beast. And this is a fixed pattern, so you just need to learn what's coming up. For this one, we hover over the Wonder Woman logo. This part is a little bit long. Some people would say it's unbearable. The trivia point is the main designer of this game worked on Chrono Trigger. And later worked on Moon Remix RPG Adventure, which inspired Undertale. So it's a small world thing. Alright, get ready to stare death in the face. And we sneak back around. Reminds me of the game Landing Gear. Not too many polygons, just enough polygons. Yeah, you can mash the button, nothing bad happens. And with that, Mom is safely on her way home to the birthday party. Now, Dad gets onto the subway to ride home, and he finds a bomb, but luckily there are some helpful people who hold up signs to tell us how to defuse the bomb. This is the part of the game where you most need to speak Japanese, but once you know what the trick to these stages are, you don't actually need to speak Japanese. A button, hit it 14 times. As soon as you've done all the inputs you need to do, you can't fail. So you can actually just mash the A button on this first one. B button 9 times. Then C button 6 times. There's even a guy holding up an exclamation point. Like, that's his job. Do these next move buttons and levers. Up, down, right, left, left. Do these moves 3 times. C, B. That's all. Now it's moving a little bit faster. Do these moves 2 times. A, C, B, up. Now, math. 20, 15, 12, 10, 9. Then C. Alright, A button as many times as are in that kanji. And then C. Yeah! You can actually just mash until it buzzers you. And then go one last time. And we're there! That is the 1cc! They tell you, it's dangerous, pull the brake. So we pulled the brake, and we managed to stop the train, mostly safely. And with that, we make it back home for a camcorder home movie of Grandma Haru's birthday party. Even the family dog is there. This is from back in the olden times of camcorders where people didn't have phone cameras. You've got the son who didn't show up in this game because his stage is hard. His stage is to get shrunk down really tiny and escape from an antlion. And Grandma gets dressed up and sings karaoke. Is she a good singer? It is not good. It starts distorting space-time. But the whole family gathers around her for a photo. Because we partied like it's 1999. Grandma is singing in every picture, even in the older ones, when her husband is still in the picture. Her singing is terrible, but her family wouldn't miss it for the world. And now we get to enter our initials and our job. Alright, this is a technical world record because this is higher than my my high score on Twin Galaxies. Alright, we have many jobs. I think our job is dog. Yeah, I love this game. It's absurd, but it has a lot of heart. You know, it's Monty Python levels of silly, but it's also a story about a family managing their stress level and overcoming absurd obstacles to be together and savoring time with an annoying older relative while they still can. All right, thank you for tuning in. I enjoyed showing off and sharing